So to the Times and Rishi Sunak's finances. Boris has approved an investigation, Nick.
Yeah, Boris Johnson approves investigation into Rishi Sunak's family finances. Maybe it's revenge for that photo from the window we all saw in the Partygate thing, from Rishi's office. Who took the photo? But yes, that's just a bit of frivolity. It is serious. When Sunak's referred himself to the government's ethics chief, so Lord Geit, the independent advisor, is going to investigate this and see if there's anything amiss. And so, it's Rishi having a bit of integrity saying, yeah, you should check it out. He's done it a bit late. I mean, he's obviously failed to get across this issue. And then he made a sort of dubious claim of racism. He said, fair-minded people surely wouldn't mind an Indian woman living in Downing Street. So he did this. There was a little bit of a race card played there, which people like Matthew Syed have said is pretty appalling and very tenuous. So, yeah, and there's been perhaps an unfair attempt, even by Syed, actually, to link this with the sort of Bullingdon Club types and say, oh, Rishi's an example of that. Really, Rishi seems to have come from a sort of lower class background than that, and he just married someone very rich. So,
He's a lizard.
Well, there is that. I mean, a secret lizard. Yeah, it's not great. It's been a tough time for Rishi. Most people think now he can't be Prime Minister. There's rumours that he thought about just quitting. I don't know if that's true. But yeah, it's not great times for Rishi, but he should have started with this and just been completely transparent.
I think his copybook's stained and he's not handled this very well.
Yeah, indeed.
But I do think that was a good letter.
And also calling for the inquiry is it's that classic line. So now, when anyone mentions anything, the answer is, well, I can't possibly comment. The inquiry is ongoing. But
worked for Boris.
And I was thinking the last time we were talking about some subject about tax, and even we got to the same point as all of these conversations do, where someone says, well, don't blame the person who exploits the loopholes, blame the loopholes. If you want it sorting, close the loopholes. If the person in charge of the loopholes is doing a pretty tidy business out of some loopholes and his missus is loving it too, then that's a rum situation.
Yes, but the Chancellor is not actually responsible for the tax code. There is no Minister for HMRC. There should be. It's one of these weird British anachronisms. In practice, the Chancellor sort of is responsible, or the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury, but it's one of these weird anachronisms. Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. It's actually HMRC is accountable to the Queen.
Let's look into the Queen's tax affairs.
Well, let's replace income tax with land value tax and we'll get the Queen that way.